This is the Orioles Postcast, your instant game reaction for the Baltimore Orioles. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Eternal. Hello, everyone. Luke Slaybaugh here, saying hello on part of the Locked. Where am I? There I am. This is live television and live radio for you. Welcome in. Hope springs eternal in Birdland. We're talking about a 5-4 win over the Toronto Blue Jays here on this Saturday evening. Thank you for joining me here for the Orioles Postcast. After every game, I'm your post-game show host for the season, filling in the gaps between the games and Connor Newcomb's show 5 days a week. He is still here. He is still cranking out videos 5 days a week, and we are celebrating a 5-4 win to open this homestand over the Toronto Blue Jays. Thank you for listening on the Locked On Podcast Network, watching live here on YouTube, as I see some of you all filing in right now. Kind of a windy, overcast, cold day in downtown Baltimore, but a really special occasion. For the first time since 1972, the O's were wearing orange on orange jerseys, orange pants. Contrasted really well with the all baby blue outfit that Toronto has. The pageantry and the aesthetic of those uniforms felt like this really intense high school football matchup, and I mean that in the greatest way. The Orioles were coming off 2 days of rest. Last night's game rained out and postponed to late July. And the O's earned their second come-from-behind win of the season due to some breakout performances from the Bats. They definitely needed them. And today, we start by awarding our player of the game, Cedric Mullins.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
Cedric Mullins, for the third time this year, earns the honors. It was his t-shirt day at Camden Yards. He is the longest tenured Oriole right now, and he was the most clutch. We're talking big-time swings from a big-time player. Pick this up in the bottom of the sixth. The game is 3-3. Adley Rutschman had already hit a solo shot to right field that really energized the crowd there in Baltimore. Ryan O'Hearn walks, advances on a wild pitch from Bowden Francis, the right-hander for the Blue Jays. Jordan Westberg hits an infield single, legs it out. O'Hearn advances to third. And Cedric Mullins goes to work, draws a 3-2 count, finds a four-seam fastball up and away, and punches it out into the left center field gap, about 99 miles an hour off the bat, and he starts chugging. Left fielder has some trouble juggling it. 2-run score, and Mullins slides into third with a 5-3 lead, the first O's lead of the game. It's worth noting that Mullins came up in other big scenarios as well, and you can make a difference and create a turning point in this game without even taking the bat off your shoulder.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
In terms of win probability added, his 2-run double and Heston Kjerstad's 2-run home run added about the same amount of points percentage added to the win probability for Baltimore, about 20 points a pop. Bottom of the fifth, Mullins walked, and he was the first base runner of the game. Bowden Francis had retired the first 13 Orioles he had faced, and it looked like all the momentum was on Toronto's side. Of course, Orioles had just finished a really sour finale in Arizona 2 days ago, a 9-0 loss in the desert. Mullins doesn't take the bat off his shoulder, gets called strike, 3 balls, and then he takes his base. Tyler O'Neill flies out to sixth, or pops out to the shortstop. And then Heston Kjerstad has a great home run. Elevated splitter around 80 miles an hour, gets underneath it, takes it to the deepest part of the ballpark for a 2-run home run, 105 miles an hour off the bat, makes it a 3-2 ball game. This is still a safe space for Heston Kjerstad truthers. He's going to be all right. Obviously, the plate discipline isn't there quite yet. You would like to have Colton Cowser hitting at the top of this lineup or somewhere, maybe in his stead, 7 spot perhaps where Kjerstad was. He knows how to take his base and draw a good count. Gunnar Henderson right now not doing the greatest job at the top of the order. But Kjerstad's going to have this position until at least early June, maybe mid-June, as Kowser's on the IL with a broken thumb. Mullins finishes the day 1 for 2 with 2 RBIs and a walk. The resurgence of this Orioles offense could not have come at a better time, and as we head towards this truncated series finale, we're going to talk a little bit more about what we saw from the O's offense.
This is what you'll be talking about.
We made it through all the animations in the first block, guys. 2 times through the order, Bowden Francis appeared to be dealing. We mentioned he retired the first 3 batters he faced, perfect through 4. And this rundown that I was writing, because I usually tend to start typing and jotting down my thoughts early on in this game, I was drawing inspiration from that meme, the middle school kids sitting in a circle looking really intensely at each other. It's this YouTube thumbnail where they're talking about Fortnite. Is it overrated? But then someone copied and pasted a different YouTube video title. It was like, will the pain and suffering ever end? And was going to be the angle of this rundown before Mullins and Kjerstad and Adley all came on through the clutch. Roughly 15 innings, the O's had been held scoreless, and it had been about 22 innings where they had 3 runs. In fact, the last run that they had scored before Kjerstad's home run today was on that wonky double play ball where Tyler O'Neill got doubled off because the umpire didn't make a safer out call on a line out to left field back in Arizona. We've been seeing a lot of hard contacts from Orioles hitters, but they're atom balls. They're hit right at people. Or they're pitchers' pitches. And Francis was effectively using his splitter to get guys to be off balance and roll over on things. So it's a combination of bad luck and also a lack of in-game adjustments. We saw this on consecutive at-bats from Gunnar Henderson, where he would be in hitters' counts, either 2-1 or 3-1, and then the next pitch, splitter would kind of throw him off, and he would swing at something down and out of the zone. Then he took called third strikes on the next pitches in both at-bats. And you can make the argument Mark Wagner was calling a little bit of a wide zone on Gunnar on that outside part of the plate. Either way, there was no adjustment from one at-bat to another. It could have cost the Orioles the game, as Gunnar was called looking right before Rutschman went yard and tied the game. Cedric doesn't come through. This game might still be going on right now. Again, want to thank you for joining me here on the Orioles Postcast. 5-4 win over the Toronto Blue Jays. Jordan Westburg had a similar scenario as well, was getting fooled by the splitter down and struck out on consecutive at-bats. So the approach has been questionable, to be fooled twice. But Westburg did make up for it. 3rd time through the lineup, legged out an infield single, hit one in the hole. Pretty well struck to Bo Bichette. That was a good recovery by Bichette. And Vlad Guerrero Jr. could not pick it out of the dirt. Couple of questionable plays by Guerrero today. It's never on the first baseman if a throw is too low or too high. But is that the guy you want for the next 14 years picking out those 50-50 balls? So Francis leaves in disgrace. 5 2/3 innings pitched, 5 earned runs, 3 hits, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, and the 2 home runs to Kjerstad and Rutschman. Coming up, we're going to talk some Tomoyuki Sagano. Right-hander probably could have gone a lot farther in this game than he did. He was pulled early, and it proved to be the right call, as the Orioles bullpen only gave up 1 run after Sagano's exit. Some avoidable trouble and some big trouble from a familiar friend, now turned foe, on the Blue Jays. And that's all coming up after this break. But first, I want to give a shout out to Upwork. Scaling your business requires the right expertise at the right time. And with Upwork, you can find specialized freelancers in marketing, development, design, and a whole lot more. Experts that will take you to the next level. Upwork gives business flexibility by connecting them with top freelance talent across multiple industries. We're talking IT, AI, web development, and marketing. Whether you need extra hands for a project or a long-term partner, Upwork makes hiring simple and affordable. Instead of hiring full-time, Upwork helps find affordable, top-tier freelancers to scale any business efficiently. So visit Upwork.com right now and post your job for free. That's Upwork.com to connect with top talent and grow your business today. One more sponsor today, and that is Supply House. Get the supplies you need from the site made for the skilled trades. Supply House. Whether you're in plumbing, HVAC, or electrical, Supply House is the reliable way to order products online. Website's easy to use and packed with helpful resources and the latest product info to help you get the job done right. Plus, the inventory is complete with over 200,000 parts from 400 plus top brands, so you're going to find what you need exactly every time, delivered fast from coast to coast. If you need help with an order, Supply House offers expert support, industry-leading service. You're always going to talk to a real person. For the trade pros looking for an extra edge, there's a free Trade Master program. That's free, offering exclusive perks like a dedicated phone line, free shipping, and discounts on every order. Thousands of skilled professionals are already taking advantage, and now it's your turn. Join the Trade Master program today at supplyhouse.com/TM and start ordering plumbing, HVAC, and electrical supplies with just a few clicks. Plus, you can use the promo code SH5 for 5% off your first order. That's supplyhouse.com with the promo code SH5. Welcome back, everyone, to the Locked On Orioles postcast. What a game. Seeing some of your comments here. Let me know what you're thinking of the show so far, what you're thinking of this Orioles team. Did this game sway your opinion on the season as the Orioles improve to 6-8 with this series opener win over the Toronto Blue Jays? 5-4 win. Cedric Mullins, player of the game, 2 RBI double, plus an error that helped him advance to third. We're going to talk a little bit more about Tomo Sagano. What could have easily been the turning point of this game was avoidable trouble for Sagano, giving up a solo shot to Anthony Santander in the top of the third. However, he was able to work out of it afterwards. What the issue boiled down to could be a lack of command and not locating well. Would love to know why, as that was his main calling card coming out of Japan. A couple of 4-pitch walks, one to Nathan Lucas in the top of the second, and the top of the order really owned the first part of this game. Bichette and Vlad, a combined 5 for 6 off of Sagano. So we couldn't locate Nathan Lucas, got to third base in the second inning off an Alan Roden single, and then tried to locate a fastball in on Bichette. Ends up going over the plate. Bichette cranks an RBI single, makes it a 2-0 ball game. In the third, Santander crushes his first home run as a Blue Jay. 404 feet, 106 miles an hour off the bat. High fastball over the plate, his first as a Jay. 82nd at Camden Yards, made it a 3-0 ball game. And given our previous concerns about the offense, felt like the game could have been out of reach. As an aside, was really digging the Orioles crowd today and how they treated Santander in his first plate appearance in the first inning. Huge ovation. He steps out, tips his helmet to the crowd. Just one time, got it over with, respectful. You can see there's still a lot of good blood between both sides. Obviously, he would be the longest tenured Oriole if he were still on the team, former Rule 5 selection from Cleveland. And, 140 games out of the year, 149 rather, he's not playing Baltimore. Wish him all the best. Final line on Sagano, 4 2/3. Of course, yanked during that 5th inning for Keegan Aiken. 3 earned runs, 8 hits, 2 walks, no strikeouts, and a home run. 73 pitches and 45 of them for strikes. O's pitching definitely relied on their defense. 5 double plays helped stop some of this bleeding and helped get Sagano from point A to point B. In fact, probably my favorite was in the top of the 5th. Bo Bichette singles, Guerrero singles, and then Santander hits a liner to Tyler O'Neill in right field. Bichette tags, obviously, second to third gets there, and Vlad in a heads-up play tags from first to second. However, the Orioles infield very intently found out or discussed among themselves and noticed that Guerrero took off a split second too early from first. Probably didn't see the ball go into the mitt, didn't time it well. But they immediately beckon. Jackson Holliday gets the throw in, tosses it over to Mountcastle at third, and on the field, the call is a double play. The Masson broadcast, I didn't see a tight angle from them. They showed a wide of Guerrero taking off, but I couldn't time it, seeing the glove in the mitt and all that. But that is a heads-up defensive play that really helped lighten the load on Sagano there in that fifth inning. Although he didn't finish it and was not in line for the win and did not earn the win today, it ended about as positive as it could be. Felix Bautista, first save opportunity of the year in Game 14. And, of course, there's going to be some theatrics and some drama to it. Got Will Wagner to ground out to first base, walked Alejandro Kirk. Then Miles Straw comes in, promptly swipes a base, his first of the year. So he takes second. Nathan Lucas walks. Then he gets a ground out. Alan Roden to first base. And then, in a fitting move, Macho Man versus Macho Man gets Bo Bichette fanning on a slider away. So all in all, feels like they're back. Granted, 6-8, still got some ground to climb, and still got the rest of this homestand. But an auspicious start, second comeback win of the year for the Baltimore Orioles. They will turn the page to this quick finale against the Toronto Blue Jays tomorrow, 1:35 first pitch on Masson. It's going to be lefty Cade Povich going up against right-hander Jose Barrios. You'll remember Barrios got crushed on opening day, that 12-2 win up at the Rogers Center in Canada. Povich got his ERA down to 3.48. However, he is still looking for his first win of the season. Friday's game, again, rained out, postponed to July 29th. It's going to be part of a split doubleheader, 12:35 and then 6:35 split admission doubleheader. I've seen some suggestions here before we sign off here on the Orioles postcast. Mr. Flanagan, or Madam Flanagan, M. Flanagan, says Seti should bat leadoff. Roll with that for a little bit. Said Steve Plant, Kjerstad broke up a possible no-no with a 2-run bomb, so he got it started. Are you invoking that we should change the player of the game to Heston Kjerstad? Because, again, this is a safe space for Heston Kjerstad truthers, as Steve Plant appears to be on my side about this. Leah Smith, constantly commenting, constantly checking in, saying hello. Number one fan says she's going to be at the game tomorrow. I'm jealous. Wish I would be there too. It'll be Cade Povich going up against Jose Barrios. Again, want to thank you all listening here on the Locked On Orioles podcast. This is the postcast. My name is Luke Slabaugh, here with you after every game for instant reaction, filling in the gaps. Connor Newcomb will be here 5 days a week. He continues to do an excellent job running this channel. And for now, we're going to call it. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. We will see you here promptly tomorrow. But right now, final score, Baltimore 5, Toronto 4. Thanks for watching and listening, and have yourself a happy and safe Saturday night.